On July 19, 2026, at around 12 p.m., dispatchers received multiple 911 calls reporting an armed man firing shots.
Police, I have someone with a rifle in my front door.
Okay, hold on. Do you know this person?
I have no clue who he is.
Okay.
He's banging on my door.
Okay, is he white, black, Asian, or Hispanic?
White. He's shirtless with tattoos. I took picture with my ring.
What color is his pants?
Black pants.
What color is the rifle?
Black.
What the Oh.
Several police officers quickly responded to the scene.
Let me get a shield up here. Stand by, everybody. Let's take some cover. Move up over here. Take some cover by the car.
Control 3 George 2. Information for the IAT. I'll be on radio and cancel on shit right now. Right now we have eyes on
you got it? All right.
After a brief search, officers located the suspect.
Get on the ground!
By that time, he was no longer holding the rifle.
North Las Vegas police!
One officer approached and attempted to take him into custody, but the suspect resisted, leading to a physical struggle. As additional officers arrived to assist, the suspect fell to the ground and grabbed an officer's patrol rifle, which was secured to the officer's chest with a weapon retention sling.
All right, if you got a long gun, get back. All right, get him on his stomach. He's got your gun.
To force the suspect to release the rifle, an officer deployed a taser. The deployment allowed the officer to regain control of the weapon, but the suspect continued resisting. Officers were unable to secure the suspect's hands or determine whether he was carrying another weapon, so a second taser deployment was used. This time the taser had little effect, but after a prolonged struggle, officers were eventually able to take him into custody. The suspect was identified as 39-year-old Daniel Lujan Jr. After he was taken into custody, officers noticed that he had become unresponsive, was bleeding from the head, and no longer had a pulse. Officers administered naloxone and performed CPR until paramedics arrived. Lujan Jr. was transported to a nearby hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Investigators recovered the rifle the suspect had allegedly used during the shooting. Officers did not fire their weapons during the incident. However, one officer suffered an injury to his hand and was transported to a hospital. No members of the public were injured. Miami, Florida. On the evening of September 8, 2024, gunshots rang out in Miami's Liberty City neighborhood. According to police, an unidentified man fired approximately 10 to 12 rounds from a handgun before fleeing the scene. Authorities have not released additional details about the shooting, but investigators soon identified the suspected gunman. The suspect was a convicted felon who was prohibited from possessing a firearm. 2 days later, on September 10th, officers conducting surveillance near Northwest 65th Street and 15th Avenue spotted the suspect. When he exited a nearby store, officers attempted to arrest him. As soon as he noticed the officers, the suspect took off running, leading to a brief foot pursuit. The chase ended behind an apartment building. The suspect tripped and fell to the ground, but quickly got back up and continued running. An officer saw a handgun in the suspect's hand and opened fire. Two additional officers nearby also fired their weapons. Together, the officers fired approximately 10 to 12 rounds. The suspect was struck by the gunfire and collapsed. Officers recovered a handgun at the scene. The suspect suffered critical injuries and was transported to a hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Authorities have not said whether the suspect fired his weapon during the encounter. His identity has not been publicly released. None of the officers were injured during the incident. On June 9, 2026, at approximately 1:45 p.m., officers spotted a gray pickup truck parked on the street with temporary paper license plates. They also noticed a man standing in the roadway next to the driver's door. As officers approached the driver to conduct an investigation, they saw that he was carrying a handgun.
Incident 2797, RD 1353, stand by for additional.
No, I didn't see it. To be honest, no.
Officers attempted to detain him, but he sped away in the pickup. Another patrol unit joined the pursuit and soon located the gray Toyota pickup. A police helicopter was also brought in to assist with the chase.
Initiate tracking. The guy's doing highway speed near the bridge.
At one point, the suspect lost control of the truck and crashed into a fence.
Garnett? TC.
Get your gun.
He then got out and attempted to flee on foot.
Don't reach! Don't reach! Don't reach! Stop reach!
Several officers chased the suspect on foot while others followed in patrol vehicles. During the foot pursuit, the suspect pulled out a handgun and opened fire on the pursuing officers. Officers returned fire.
Gun! We got him! Gun! Oh, shit.
During the exchange of gunfire, one officer was shot in the chest. The bullet was stopped by the officer's ballistic vest, and he suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was struck by gunfire, collapsed to the ground, and dropped his handgun. Officers then took him into custody. The suspect was identified as 35-year-old Marco Flores. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded to the scene and transported him to a hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators later determined that the suspect had been driving a stolen vehicle. The handgun was recovered at the scene as evidence. No one else was injured during the incident.